to be talking about what you should be doing with your down payment money. Now, if you were sitting there being like, well, Becky, I don't have down payment money, go back and watch the other videos that I did about saving and budgeting and making sure that you have your goals aligned with what you're looking to do. So start there, then come back and watch this one. Now, as you are starting to have that money for your down payment, or if you now have it but have not found the right property, there are a couple things that people really ask questions about. Well, where do I put it, right? Because right now, if you have money in a checking account, with the state of our economy, you're not earning any interest. There is nothing going on with that account. So here's a couple of places that I recommend that you put it. The first place would be a high yield savings account. What I mean is it's a lot of those online banks usually get better rates with. Personally, I use Ally. I find them very user-friendly and very easy to be able to transfer money when I need it or not. But the idea is that you really want to be able to stay as liquid as possible for when you do find that property there. So go through, there's a ton of different options there, but the first one you want to look for is that high yield savings account. Second option would actually be a CD, a certificate of deposit. Now, these used to be really, really popular, especially when I was young. And what you could do with them is you would put your money in there, and then after a certain term, like 10 months, 2 years, something like that, you would be able to earn a set rate of interest, right? Right now, interest rates are completely changing. So it's a little frustrating when you put your money in one of those high yield interest accounts, and all of a sudden that interest rate you thought you were getting keeps kind of dropping. Nothing we can kind of do about that. But a CD will give you a flatline rate, but you do have to lock it in for a certain period of time. They are short periods of time though. So that might be something that would be a good option. If you are saving and you have half the down payment and you know you can put that money aside, a CD might be the right thing for you. Once again, what you really want to check when you're considering any of these accounts is to make sure that you understand what the time frame is and when you can take that money out without a penalty. So it's going to be looking for. A third option that might work for you would be a bonus checking account. What I mean by that is I'm sure you've probably gotten in the mail or your bank has sent you some type of notice about it saying, hey, open an account with us, we'll give you an extra $500, which sounds great, but usually you have a pretty high minimum. Usually they want you to have like 15 grand in that account and you're not going to touch that for 6 months. And you have to maybe have a direct deposit also go into that once a month, some type of exclusion like that. That might be a good place to park your money. Once again, it's that time frame that you have to look for and you have to consider what then that bonus would be. But you might be able to kind of park that money over there with that account, get that $500 bonus, park it somewhere else in another account that you can open with a different bank, pick up an extra $500 there. That's now $1,000. And that could be kind of helpful money that you would be able to use towards your down payment. And if you're actually earning that high interest rate, it could actually be worth it on both ends. So definitely shop around, see which bank is giving you the best offer for that time. Just make sure to read that tiny, tiny, tiny little small legal print down on the bottom. Other places that people do sometimes put money, and I will actually do separate segments on this, is actually within their 401k or within a whole life policy. So those get a little more complicated. We're going to talk about that a different day because it's Friday and we're not getting too much into fancy finances today. All right. So thank you guys very much. Feel free to put some comments or questions for me down in the comments box as you hit subscribe to my channel for more real estate tips. And also feel free to head over to Facebook and join our Lady Landlords group, where every day we have an active conversation about what's going on in our lives as real estate investors. Thanks and have a good weekend.